Hey, welcome to Spill the ImmuniTEA. I am Bree, and I am here with Bran King.
Hey, yes, the brand king. I'm waiting for the Riz God. I mean, we don't know anything about anybody except for this poor blue tribe.
Oh my gosh. Do I immediately start just feeling bad for them. And I was so happy that they didn't get the disadvantage. And I really thought that this was their chance. But
Yeah,
they were epically failing at puzzles.
epically
Not
failure.
even a clue.
And not only that, Brie, but like every single thing they do, they count as a loss. Like that's where they're at mentally is we aren't going to win anything. I think Sophie said we're 0 for 5, and I started counting. What 5 challenges have we've only done 2? Is that how bad they are? Is that they've lost 5 times in 2 challenges? But they're
Yes.
counting like the coconut basketball game, and they're counting any challenge known to man. And
Well, I think every time they lose a challenge, it's a double loss in their eyes, or at least in Sophie's eyes, because in her eyes, they lost to 2 teams.
yes,
So that's a double. That's mathing for me. That's
okay,
a double.
maybe that's it. And so maybe in that case, if they do count everything, they're 0 for 12.
Exactly.
And the brain fog is I've never, you see survivors forget things, but this is the most, 2 people out of 5 people just forgetting whatever question Jeff asked, and going on this run-on
They
sentence like she
4
was
or 5.
yeah.
You guys don't stand a chance, and we had such high hopes, but
No. And we, as you can see, the season so far is pretty predictable as far as who's going home. And we even not even so much you watch the episode and you're like, okay, it's gonna be it's whatever Annie, it's gonna be Dirty Annie or whatever they call her. But we kind of predicted that in the draft by not drafting Annie really super high. I mean, it's one of yours, but it was your last one where you're like, I have to pick somebody.
I have to pick somebody. Yeah.
And
I kind of saw the writing on the wall with her, and I thought, it's not going to be good, and she's probably going to go home early, but it is what it is. And they are struggling. They don't seem to be trusting each other. We're already seeing all of these. Well, you knew 10 minutes before I did, so that means we can't be close, or we're not that tight, or
right. And well done for Jeremiah for catching that. I mean, it wasn't, I don't think it was too complicated. It kind of makes me think, help me out. Is it Jeremy? Who's the Washington, D.C. guy? Because it's Matt. Matt's the strong Canadian. And then Sophie and Jeremiah. And who's the 4th? I thought it was Jeremy. Maybe it's not Jeremy. But anyways, whoever the DC guy is, like everybody's been saying, yeah, he's
the guy
this game. And I don't think he really improved, except that he's just on a tribe where it's just super easy to not get eliminated from. This is very much like Survivor Season 3. Let's vote out these players based on.
Is it Alex that's the DC guy? Alex is the DC guy.
I think it's Alex.
Yeah, Alex is the DC guy.
Yeah, people were high on him this episode for what he was doing, and I didn't get that. If you watch the chronological order of this season this episode with him, is that he found something the Muty clue or the Beware Advantage.
Beware Advantage, yep.
He didn't want to find that with his buddy, but okay, I found it with my buddy, so he made good of it. And then here comes Sophie. She finds out. Yep. Jeremiah finds out. So everybody knows about this idol. And then he tells Annie, which I don't know if he just likes to share things with everybody, but, better for him to make her feel confident that, hey, like, here's my idol. Here's what's going to happen. But I don't know. I did not see his stock go up in this episode. Did you?
It went down for me. I was really, really disappointed. They were like, it just was like one person after the other. You don't want anyone to know that you have an idol or anything like that, or an advantage or whatever it is. You really don't want them to know about it. And he just telling everybody. My dog is literally, your dog's barking, but mine will not me. He will not stop licking my arm, and it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, it is, because you can't. You're sitting there. You are
like,
stuck. You are a slave.
I'm like jumping every 10 seconds.
I get it.
I don't know what he just wants my attention. Yeah. You know, he can't keep it to himself. He can't. It's everybody's in on it. He literally told everybody on the tribe.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that he is an idol.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's a little pointless for me now. Yeah. I don't like that. You got to keep some secrets. It just, to me, and I just feel like no one on the Keeley tribe, none of them have ever seen Survivor before or played Survivor. Like, they have no clue.
Right.
That's just how I see it.
Yeah. If I had to go through here and say this like a Stephanie LaGrossa season where the whole entire tribe gets dismantled, and we've seen Brie time and time again in the new era, if we're still calling it that, kind of the stale era right now. I feel like we're doing the same thing over and over again, but you start to see that these weaker tribes that go down a number, they actually do really well. So maybe there is hope. But right now, the only person that I see of the four of them, gosh, I don't know, who do you like of the four of them? Like, who is the best? Almost Jeremiah, because he sees where he is. He's the only one who kind of understands.
I was going to agree with that. Sophie is so clueless. Yeah. And here's Sophie's problem. Now, I could be wrong on this. You tell me what you think.
I'll let you know.
My issue with Sophie is she's one of those people that thinks she knows everything and knows nothing.
Yes. Or she's so confident and then she's not, because at the end of the challenge, she basically has told the cameras, hey, maybe it should be me tonight. Maybe I need to go home.
Exactly.
Like, Sophie, where was that confidence?
What happened?
Where are you at?
What are you doing?
I understand they don't have any food, and half of them only have one shoe. Wait. There it is.
Oh, no, another shoe. Oh, you got the glitter Crocs today.
Glitter Crocs on today.
Nice.
Actually, it's my daughter Eden's. I wonder if she's getting voted out now because.
Oh yeah, you better hide. Yeah, it's what's happening. Hide the shoe, lose your spot.
And don't you love it that they're on screen and they show them in their little confessionals, and he's like, I don't know, man. Like, something's up. Something's up with this island. Like, everybody's missing one shoe. Mm-hmm. And I would start wondering, like, whoever shoe's gone next, like, do you start worrying? Like, the island gods are saying that you're next because your shoe's not there.
Is it bad? Is it bad that I want to see Jake go through merge just so he can do that to the other tribes?
Yeah.
That's like, I don't care about Jake, but I just want to see. No, I do care about him, but I want to just see him go through and start doing this to the other tribe. Now, yes. Speaking of like taking things that aren't yours. Mm-hmm. We had a moment with the bags and collecting firewood, and who does that?
Yes, I don't know who does that. I mean, I can understand, like, that's very much a man thought of, hey, like, here's a bag, let's throw some logs in there, and takes the bag of the girl who hates ants, who doesn't. There's got to be 50 million ants in that bag right now.
Yeah, but why was there nothing in the bag?
Yeah,
like, where were all your things if there was just an empty bag laying around?
Yeah, and what makes you think that, hey, like, okay, like, your tribe's going to definitely believe that you are not looking for anything else? Like, yeah, I've from what I've heard from survivors and interviews and stuff like that, is if you're carrying around anything extra and you're by yourself, 100%. The perception is you are indeed hiding or looking for something that you shouldn't be looking for.
Unless it's a ball and chain.
Oh my gosh. You know what? That's got to be one of those things in production where production's sitting there like, oh, this is going to be great. Like, how are they possibly going to find this? And what are they going to have to do? And then, they're probably just so frustrated and just downtrodden that, you know, the strongest guy in the game is the one who finds with his partner, and they basically make it look like it's, you know, easy. It's like going to Starbucks and they have like the little like license plate or something that's tied to the keys, and you have to go to the restroom, like you have to grab the keys that has the thing tied on it.
It's now on a ball and chain.
Right. So yeah, 90-foot chain. Yeah. What's your thought? Like, do you know, we talk about the staleness of the season, but they do incorporate this. I kind of like the bird cage thing from Carolyn's season, where they had to go get the key out of the bird cage thing. So where does this rank, this ball and chain?
It's definitely not red paint.
No. Oh, my Sue.
On your Sue. I really like that, because I think that adds such a layer of comedy to it, that, you know, it's that Mark Gruber, whatever his name is, the glitter bomb, you know, like if you steal the Amazon package and you open it up and the glitter bomb goes off.
Yes, I want a glitter bomb.
Yes. So that's the same. It was like the same concept with the red paint, right? She's like, how to get it. It goes all over her and it's everywhere. And how do you hide that? And what do you do? To me, that's like physical comedy almost.
Yeah.
And I loved that. I thought it was fantastic. I'm like, do that again.
Yeah.
The ball and chain was actually pretty good in my opinion, because it was noisy. You had to carry it. It was heavy. There was a lot of it. It was like wound around the whole thing. Right.
Yeah.
So I get that. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't as big a fan of the bird cage. I just thought I don't know. I would have liked to see it differently, but I will say the one thing that production did this episode, the one thing that like, so I watch it and I'm enjoying watching it. I'm watching them struggle. They have to go through all of these different, like these challenges, and they're difficult challenges. And they're, you know, I liked the challenge to this week. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Where you have to like dig out this ridiculously deeply buried ladder and untie stuff, and you know, all these different things they had to do. But when production thought, we're going to do a disadvantage and we're going to have people carrying coconuts on their back, and one person sits up and says, let's put it in a net and let it fall on their heads every time.
Right. Yeah.
Did you notice that? See, me, that was like the first thing that jumped out at me. It was like, I know they're heavy, but like when they climb over something, it's clonking them in the head.
Well, and the coconut concussion, not a good thing. Not a good thing. But I tell you what, Brie, scared me a little bit more than the coconut concussion. And that's maybe because I had never had a concussion. But what I have had is I was jumping out of a truck bed and I was taking cinder blocks to a service site that I was at this campgrounds. And I, being a dumb high school boy, I was like, oh, I'll carry this and I'll jump out of the truck with it. Well, if you jump out of a truck with a cinder block or any kind of weight that's over 15 pounds and you land, oh my gosh, that throws your whole entire spine out of. I was hurting because the extra 20 pounds of weight, and they were jumping from like 5-foot podiums. I was waiting for their knees to buckle to do like a little Tyreek Hill action from this past week in the NFL. Oh my gosh, who decided this?
I just thought it was, I was like, this was not a smart move. I like that it was a double, like I liked the idea.
I like the prep. I liked, the idea was great.
Yeah.
But
I like the 10 keys instead of 1 key. Great idea.
When he said 10 keys, like he was like, not 1, but 10 keys. I was like, oh my gosh. I wish Jeff would have presented them with the 10 keys, or like done something like, you know, bag in or a knife in the bag type thing, Jeff, like throw the keys at them or something. I
loved that, but the coconut smacking him in the head and having to jump down and all of the stuff that, like, it just didn't seem like production had their act together. Like they kind of half-assed it on that, personally for me. It looked dangerous. It looked like they were getting coconut concussions.
Yeah.
So and that they were probably going to have arthritis later in life from the jumping with that. I mean, it was just a lot.
It was hard. It was hard to watch, but then,
but we know it didn't really make a difference in the end, because this challenge, have we seen? And I'm trying to remember, have we ever seen a lead like that blown so badly? They didn't get a single piece in correctly.
Yeah, I've never seen a tribe that had so much time not get one piece in.
They're still in Fiji trying to do that puzzle.
They are, and it. Of course. And then you got Annie trying to tell him to take a piece out that's glued to the freaking landscape. Like, oh my goodness. This was definitely, I wonder if they put these AT people together and they're like, you know what, this Canadian guy's super strong. Let's give him like the bottom of the barrel when it comes to everybody else. And not that I think that these guys are bottom of the barrel for the season, mentally worse or socially worse. But when it comes to the physical part, it's not happening for these guys at all. Matt's the only person. They have no puzzle sense at all.
None.
I almost wonder, like, when they put these teams together, who were they thinking this tribe was going to be the mental strategist? And it must have been who was the one that got voted? Nicole, because she was a strategist, right? So I wonder if they put her on the season thinking, hey, even though she maybe not have the physical prow or the speed, she's going to help out with puzzles. But nope. Not there.
You got nobody for puzzles now. Zero. You are screwed. And there's going to be a puzzle, I believe, a puzzle portion at almost every challenge, because they're really working on. They're doing that, a lot of physical, but they're also doing a lot of strategic things, and that those puzzles are tough. I thought this was a much easier puzzle because it's a logo and it's pretty. It's not like just random shapes that you have to fit into a cube. This is actually, you can look at the image and try to do it with that. I mean, I was looking at the pieces going, there's that one goes there and that one goes there. And I'm like, it's, on my TV screen, on my computer screen when I watch it, that's, but I'm not hot and starving and without food for 4 days.
Right. Maybe we should do that. Me and you don't eat for the next 7 days. And then Alex comes in and he starts this episode and we have the brain fog and we can't think of anything. I already get their names mixed up as it is. So I'm just going to be a lost cause if we do that.
You keep thinking there's a Jeremy and there's not, but that's okay.
That is okay.
There we go.
Speaking of our boy, I think that, he's got to be in the safest position right now of that tribe. I think Matt's feeling a little bit too confident, and they're going to start thinking, okay, he's the strongest of all of us now. We're not even winning anyways, so why are we keeping him in? But he's got Sophie. Jeremiah has to figure out how to get Sophie to say, hey, you have to stick with me or you're done too.
Yeah, well, I think now they have to turn on themselves because there's only the 4 of them left. So we've got Alex, Jeremiah, Jake, and Sophie. Jeremiah looks like he's about the only one that's going to survive. He's eating worms. So I was like, do I want to go buy? I almost went and bought some gummy worms tonight, but I'm trying to stay away from sugar, and that I would just eat them all, even if they are covered in dirt.
Absolutely. Especially those tart ones as well.
I think he's the only one that is gonna maybe see his way through, because Sophie, I'm not really. I was let down by Alex. Jake is Jake. And Sophie really thinks she knows more than she does.
And with him having the idol right now, I mean, it's hard to decide if he is wise. I still don't know if he is wise, because the wise decision would be, hey, like let's vote off Jeremiah. Is it Jeremiah? I see I'm now getting the brain fog.
What do you want me to get rid of? We got Jeremiah, Alex,
the laughing guy.
Sophie.
The laughing guy. Okay, Jeremiah, thank you. Alex, that's the guy's name. So next week, and I hope they don't lose anybody, because it's not even fun anymore with these guys. But if they do, they're going to try to get out Jeremiah, and does he play the idol, or because I don't think his buddy Matt is going to vote him out. So it's going to be a 2-2. Sophie's not going to do a 2-2 rock draw. So it's going to be Jeremiah. But Bree, let's pretend.
I think Alex is going to go. I think they're going to get rid of Alex because he's the one with the idol, and Jeremiah doesn't trust any of them, right? So he's pretty smart about it. Sophie will go along with whatever Jake wants to do. Yeah. So I think the stronger. Now, I know Jake's kind of in that Alex bromance, but Sophie's going to be eager to get rid of Alex because she already said in this episode she's jealous of him a bit.
Yeah, so and there is idol in the leaves.
Yeah, and she really wanted to snag that idol.
Yeah, she wanted that. That was a heads-up play. I mean, to have an alliance like these are the only people that you have in this game, but realizing where you're at numbers-wise, and you're like, I can't right now. Where we are in this game, I cannot right now.
Because they're already at we might be a foursome, but if we lose, one of us goes home.
Yeah.
So I need to figure out where I'm the tightest with, and he should be immediately dropping hints on Alex.
Yes, it would have been interesting. Let's play the hypothetical situation right now where Juwan actually chooses to take away a vote. He takes away Matt's vote, and then Matt doesn't have a vote this past week. Do you think Annie still goes home?
Matt's not. It would be
or not Matt.
Jake that would have lost it. Yeah.
Yeah, Jake.
I think Annie still goes home. I think Annie still goes home. She was just, if I watched her in that performance at that challenge and it was not good, right? She's not bringing anything to the team. And it's not that I don't like her. I picked Annie, of lesser of two evils, but I liked her. I thought I just didn't see anything. She was just too bossy. So she wasn't making friends with anybody. Yeah. And she wasn't contributing.
Yeah. Well, and with those bosses that typically show up, I mean, there's some bosses that do a really great job, but most of them who think, hey, I'm not going to be the boss card. When you're still the boss on the island, it makes you really think, how bossy are these people in their real life? Because there's bossy and then there's bossy. So I imagine she was on that realm of bossiness. And she probably was a lot less bossy than she was in real life, but she was bossy.
Maybe she has a little of that diva in her. Who knows?
Who knows?
She's on a rock band. You never know what
they're. Have you listened to her stuff yet? I have not.
I have not. I don't know if I can find it, actually. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. One of the things I wanted to bring up this week, which I really liked, and we're talking about self-awareness and understanding, seeing where you are in the tribe. One of the people that I really liked was Nate.
Yes.
And Nate realizing, I don't know what the heck they're talking about. I've never heard that's fire. And then he said something that I used to say rad, and I bet I drove people crazy. And I'm thinking, I've said rad, So I really liked his perception of everything, the way he was really intentionally watching what he was doing and just trying so that it didn't feel like he was awkward. What did you think of Nate?
I like Nate. I think he's playing the game he needs to play right now. He's developing the relationships he needs to develop right now. He's not being the archetype of dad. He's not being the archetype of leader. I think he really knows what he's doing with this. We have yet to see them go to tribal council. So as we know that there really is no trust that's really built up unless someone's finding idols or something like that. And I think he has himself, especially as the old man of the tribe, the fact that he's in an alliance of however many, he's got the alliance of 4. I think Juwan and him thinks that they're good buds and stuff like that. So he's in a very comfortable position right now.
He is in a comfortable position. I think he's just doing the right things. I think there's a few people that are doing the right things. And so Nate being aware and knowing how to fit in. And we saw that also on the Hina, is it Hina tribe?
Yep.
Hina tribe with MC.
Yeah. She was invited to be 4th.
Yeah. She's like, thanks for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks. Oh man, I feel special.
Yeah. Our buddy Matt wasn't trying to sell that at all.
No.
There was
No,
no.
Matt has no social graces.
Yeah, you come up to me and you say, and he probably meant that we're looking for 4 people to hang out together, but how he promoted that was, hey, the 3 of us are already together. We want one more. And as one of my favorite, scenes in all of Survivor was when Hayden, Kat's boyfriend Hayden,
Yep.
was kind of counting everybody and saying, hey, you're 5th in this group. You can be 4th in this group. And the Survivor math, man, you do not want to be asked to be 4th place.
You want to be the top 3. You got to be 1, 2, or 3, and preferably 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're screwed. So Jeremiah's 100% right. Don't be 4th in that group. And MC's like, nope. Like, I'll say yes, and I'll sound like it's the best. Like, you just gave me a filet mignon, but we all knows it was dirt, worms and dirt. That's what you gave me. So,
and Jeremiah will still like that, but
he'll like it. He'll take it.
He would love it. It's delicacy there on his side. But I think and the whole he said, she said thing, I think back to, what was it, Tiny, whenever someone found the clue and then someone found her looking at the idol and then someone else got involved and stuff like that. I'm very shocked that when MC told Sophie, hey, I was asked to be this and I don't like that and they're gunning for you, it made me think, now Sophie has some cards in her hand, right? You have these 3 people going for her. MC seems to be on her side. She could either play those guys against MC and get in. Probably not going to do that, but I think she needs to consider it. And then, or, hey, do we find the 3rd guy, which isn't it, who's that 3rd guy? He looks like the famous guy, Ryan Reynolds.
Steven?
Yeah. Is it Steven?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I need to get names down.
Well, no, wait until the 8th episode. We'll have it down.
I'll be good to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be good to go. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see if they ever go to tribal council, how that vote's going to go, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I think we'll see Hina going to tribal council next. I think that Keely will stay out of it this week for some reason. When we go back, I have a feeling that they're just going to get through by some miracle, whether it's Jake carrying everybody on his back or whatever it might be. But I feel like Hina might be the tribe that goes to tribal council. And I personally think it'll be Matt that goes. I think
really?
I think Matt is, he lacks so many, we're not seeing a ton of it, but I feel like there's some social graces that he just does. He's not aware of how he comes across to people sometimes. And it's not in a bad way, but it's in a, I don't want to take you to the end way. So you would be an easy vote off for me. And I just, to me, it just feels like that.
Yeah,
be the right.
It is interesting watching the season, knowing that Rizgod and Savannah are going to come back and play, because you don't hear a lot from them. We're 2 episodes in, and I'm just like, okay, like Savannah's strategizing. She has her 4. You can see her think a lot, which makes me know that, okay, she's staying for a while. And so I think Red's going to be very comfortable throughout this whole entire season for a while. So I would agree with you. But when it comes to Matt, do you think that with the power that Sophie and MC kind of have, knowing where they're going with their votes, that Matt would be the guy of those 3 that they would go for?
I think so, because I think he's, of all of them, he's the one that will, of that 6, that would bug them the most. Okay. I think they just want somebody that they can get rid of. Is he the most physically fit? No, I think they're safe. I think they're starting to form some other friendships. I think his personality might be the one that clashes the most right now with people, just the way he's talking. And they've made comments. You were hearing these little tiny comments about, that hair's weighing him down, and that whatever, they're just saying these little tiny things, or they're dropping these little breadcrumbs around of of Matt, and that's the reason I'm kind of leaning towards that. And I was going to say, well, if we're going to be talking about the news, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're going to be checking in with Savannah on the beach.
We have a female Rick Devens on our hands, guys.
We do. And I actually really like Savannah. And I think that we will see Red go a long way. But I also believe that we're going to be entertained by them. We know they're going to give us good TV because they were asked back. But I don't think we're going to see them. It might be one of those things where they all come in strong together and then they get ripped apart and they all end up going home. And we see, a different tribe getting into that end spot. Yeah. I really, because we've seen that happen.
Yeah, we have. So, we have. But I think I look at Red and I'm like, okay, who's the person that's going to break those guys apart? Who's going to do the stupid move? I think they are, to me, they are the Vibe tribe, but with a sense of strategy. If they listen to Savannah, I think Rizgod has a good head in the game. I think they are the smartest, survivor strategic. You mentioned, Matt's folly of saying fourth, and they're still trying to figure things out. I think the other Sophie who got angry at Juwan for giving them the disadvantage was a little public, a little aggressive. Maybe that might even be something that gets Blue and Red to start talking together because they just ticked off her. So I don't know. I thought that was a lot. So I think Red is a cohesive unit that could possibly do at least 4 of them together to the end.
Yeah, I actually see Sage going and Juwan going from them.
Yeah,
and Nate, Rizzo, Savannah, and Shannon. And I think, of the Uli tribe, the Red tribe, my pick to win would be Shannon. I still think she's got a really clear head on her shoulders. She's very powerful and strong. She's also laying low and not rocking the boat, but being aware and making the right moves. We haven't seen them go to tribal council yet, so we don't know. And then as far as the Keeley tribe, I think you're right with Jeremiah being the only one there.
Yeah.
And Hina, I actually don't see anyone on Hina winning.
I don't.
I really don't.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe MC, but I don't think she has the ground and pound. I don't think she has okay, let's do this. Let's implement this. Yeah. And I think looks like she's going to pair herself with Zoe, which I think she's a ticking time bomb who's already gone off 3 times. So just because of, I think Red's going to do the best because they have other wise players with them enough to do some damage. It reminds me of Ozzy with Yule, those 4 together. I think there could be a strong 4 in that Red tribe that goes far. So we did not make predictions last week, Bree. I think we would have been on the Annie train. Are you saying right now that our good old boy, our airport luggage guy, Matt is off?
He's my pick for next week to go home. I think we've seen enough breadcrumbs on it, but it hasn't been blatant. So it's kind of we kind of mentioned it, but you didn't really pay attention, and maybe you did. And I kind of just feel, unless Keeley just really just can't get it together at all, and I think they're going to rally this next week, and I think they just really want fire. They really want fire. Yeah. And Jake will carry them all on his back. We will see that happening, and I think it's going to be Matt, even though they, that tribe finished first. I think they're going to be thrones. Maybe it's a swimming thing. And maybe it's just that's not their thing, right? They're really smart and they do puzzles and they have enough physical prowess, but a swimming thing. And I think we do see that it is
We haven't been in the water too much yet.
Yeah, so I think that's next. I thought we saw, for some reason, I thought I saw something where they're jumping off into the water.
Okay.
So maybe that's, maybe that's what happens. Anything can happen in these, especially with swimming ones, because sometimes you have to walk across a beam or you have to swim under something. It can just be really tough depending on what the waves are like and what it's it puts a whole other element into things. And so we could see things, maybe Keely can do the swimming stuff and they don't get a puzzle or something. So maybe it's making baskets, or I'm trying to think of all the swimming ones that I know, right? They have to toss a ring or make a basket or whatever it might be. So I think given that opportunity, I still, I don't know. Something tells me, Matt. What are you thinking, Matt, or what are you thinking?
No, I'm as you're talking, you're convincing me that it very much could be Mac. And here's why. I think also, at least I would be looking at the game, and be like, okay, so girl got kicked off. All right, we got to watch this. We got to watch this. So I think that because of that, a male could be in trouble. I think they need. Was it Chris, the puzzle guy?
Jason.
Jason.
Okay.
Jason,
you can call him anything you want.
I will. I have been. Jason, he's safe because they need somebody doing these puzzles. If they're going to throw a puzzle him every 15 minutes. I think that it's not a female, so you got Matt or you got Ryan Reynolds. And I think it is Matt, and I think it is because of his loose lips. Even though he's not telling any secrets, he's just being way too honest and open with where people are.
Yeah, he just doesn't have awareness, and that can be, it's still early. It's early days, as they say on Love Island. It's early days, and you can get voted off for anything at this point. And if it's your first time at Tribal, it's like day one for you. And so it doesn't take a lot for you to, and he doesn't sugarcoat anything, but he just isn't saying things in the nicest of ways. I mean, if I'm looking at that group, I'm just saying, I don't know if he really fits in. And like you said, Jason really isn't an option right now because he is just wicked smart on those puzzles. So we have to keep him around. And as we've seen, strength doesn't seem to be really mattering right now.
No,
because Jake has pretty much negated any of the strength things. So
I was very surprised by Matt and a couple others scaling up that wall. MC did a great job scaling up that wall. So I think
Savannah tore up that wall.
There's going to be some fun challenges up ahead that I think will keep during the individual immunity things pretty
competitive.
I don't think we'll see one person get 3 wins in these immunity challenges because they seem to be some pretty even matched people on this island. Maybe some puzzle guy comes up. We keep on, Jason is who I'm referring to. I think he's just so smart. I want to see, Brie, real quick, our thoughts on them going on the journey and no one gets their vote taken away. I like that.
I like that a lot too, because you don't really get a choice. Somebody has to go. And I don't like, and I really like that the choice was, do you want to give yourself an advantage or a disadvantage to someone else?
Right.
No more coconuts. Let's stop with the coconuts. 10 keys I'm fine with, but no coconuts.
No coconuts.
And I really would like to see, I liked that a lot better. It reminds me a little, I also liked it when they had to, it was like the what do they call it? The gamble where you have to be like 2 of you. If 2 of you vote one way and 1 votes the other, then the 2 get what they wanted. And if all 3 of you vote, then all of you get nothing. And if only 1 of you votes, and you get everything and nobody gets. I like those kind of, because you're not only taking a chance and rolling some dice with it, you're factoring in what the other people might do in the a little bit amount of time that you got to know them. And I like those things.
Yeah. 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 I like those things too. Those like the first couple seasons of the new era, right? Where they did those kind of things. You had to move the steering wheel one side or the other. And that was kind of fun. I enjoy the fact that it was kind of a physical challenge. It was kind of hard to watch what was happening. And maybe they set us up for that to be like, oh, who's going to win this? Which I would have rather seen who was winning and everything else. I thought that was kind of goofy, but I do like the fact that, especially since no one really wants to go on these journeys as much anymore, because it seemed like, Matt really wanted to go, but there was no competitions. Maybe MC wanted to go a little bit.
They did rock, paper, scissors for it, I think.
Right. Yeah.
MC did rock, Matt did scissors or paper, so he won.
Yeah. And then Juwan really wanted to go and no one else really wanted to go with. Yeah. So I'm glad that since less and less people are wanting to take these journeys, that it doesn't end up being 66% of them are without a vote. Like you came to play Survivor and you don't even get a vote anymore. That's gotta be tough.
It's gotta go. Yeah.
I would rather not get the chance to find an immunity aisle the whole entire season than to lose my vote, because that's like, just parchment and paper. Like that's what you want to do, is write down the name and show the camera who it is. So I'm glad that was taken away, but I wish it was more of a, what should I do in this situation? I think they kind of brought that with the ability to choose the disadvantage or stealing somebody's vote, which wouldn't have helped Juwan if he stole the vote. So I think he made the better decision. Do you think he made the right decision?
Well, I think if he got to keep the parchment and use it at a later date and save, I think that definitely always comes in handy to have that extra vote, especially when things get tight and tough, and we're seeing these tribes are only 6 to start with. It can get down to that extra vote could save your behind and keep you on the island. So but I do like that I kind of like that he chose the team disadvantage, because we got to see the coconut craziness.
Yeah.
And so I appreciated that. It was interesting to me because we'd never seen anything like that before. So that was cool. But I also worry about, it's going to be something that they're now expecting now. So they need to kind of mix it up on these journeys. I think they do different things, and that really will help. Like, don't just do the same thing and give them the same choices. I mean, so the activity is different, coconuts in a net or whatever you're doing, buckets of water to fill a hole. That's whatever thing. But I can't remember what half these things are, but I only want to see people. Here's what I like when you lose a vote. The beware advantage.
Yes.
I like, because you get a choice. Do you want to, you run the risk. You don't have to take it. It's not yes or no. Like you don't have to do it.
Right.
You can put it back and you can walk away.
Yep. Just put it right there. Yeah. Yeah.
Or you can risk it and get a chance. To me, that's a lot fairer when it comes to losing a vote. Than sending people to an island and saying 2 of you are automatically going to lose a vote.
Right. Which, bringing up another question, Bree, the beware advantage. Are you going to ever take it?
I would take it in a heartbeat.
Take it in a heartbeat. I would be curious to figure out, like, wasn't it Sam who did this, where he found it, but then he kind of kept a close eye on to see who would take it? And then he played that person. Did that happen with him and Andy?
I think so.
Or did he rehide it because he was going to come back for it later, or Andy did, and someone found it eventually? Like, I don't know. The amount of times that people have taken that and then lost their vote forever has happened often enough for me to kind of be like, let's see what else I can do with this thing.
Well, I would so here's how I look at it. So I love scavenger hunts. And I'm really good at them. So I love send me to this thing, follow me on a map, make me do whatever. That's cool. I'm also a Martha Stewart wannabe, and I have been since I was 5. maybe not 5, but so I know how to craft things. So if I have to craft and make up some bogus, like I need a bead and I'm gonna carve this, or I can do that. I'm pretty resourceful when it comes to something like that. And I would do like ultimate survivor, like bucket list thing. I know we've got the, writing on parchment and finding an immunity island. I want to sneak into somebody else's camp at night. So I'm up for that. Like, to me, I could, like, how much I could learn about them by being told, like not getting in trouble with production, but they're telling me I have to go sneak. I'd be like, yep, let's go.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a win.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think, oh man, I don't know. I agree with you. I would love to play the game. I'd love to figure out how to get the wax off the idol or whatever it is. That was one of my favorite ones I did, where she brought it to the fire and put it in there, and then she got voted out that time. What I'd love to figure out is the statistic of how many winners got the Beware advantage and won the game. And I don't know. I think it's only Marianne.
That's a really good question for like AI.
Yeah.
I'm starting. I did something today as I asked AI if it would help me pick lottery numbers for the Powerball, and it actually was really, really, really interesting.
Really?
Yes, I highly recommend doing it. I thought it was fun.
Okay.
Okay. It, and I just said, I would like help picking some numbers. And it's like, what do you want? Like, do you have special numbers in mind? And do you have like this, that, or the other thing? And like, it actually thought for like 40 seconds, which is an eternity in AI, right?
Yes.
40 whole seconds.
Right.
Like watching dial up all of a sudden, you're like, wait, what? But it was checking like site after site. It went back to 2015. It told me that's when the Powerball, the way they did it, shifted and changed. And then it could go back to 1992 if I wanted all the statistics on that and see how they play and what are the numbers that come up more often and all this. My mind was blown.
Oh, yeah.
My mind was blown. And it was just fun.
You know what it would do for me though? I would say, hey, give me the lottery numbers, and be like, hey, you're a youth director, right? Yeah. 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". That's what it would do. Like, it'd give me all 6'7", whatever that stupid thing is. Do you know the 6'7"? Are you there?
I'm here. I was typing, so I didn't want anyone to hear me. I have I have like one of these like mechanical keyboards that my son gave me, so it's like very loud.
Okay, yeah. I thought you're like, I don't want to hear any more of the 6'7".
No, you're good.
Okay, good. So I did ask our friends ChatGPT, and thought for 32 seconds. So another long one, and the answer is Marianne. Both won Survivor and found open to Beware advantage, which was the bunny in the mailbox phrase idol. Mm-hmm. For other New Era winners, Erica, winner but no advantage, no Beware advantage, except that should be an asterisk because she was the one who was able to bust the freaking
hourglass.
Please. Gabler, winner, his tribe Beware advantage was found by Janine, not him. Yam. That season didn't include the Beware advantage. D, her ally Austin found Reba's Beware advantage, not D. And Kenzie, winner, but season had Beware advantages, but she did not hold one. So
Kyle Fraser actually won 48 and used a Beware advantage.
Did he really?
Yep.
My boy Kyle.
He turned it into a hidden immunity idol, and he I don't know if he he took it. I don't know if did he play the idol or did he bring it with him to the end?
I feel bad that I have a Todd Pop of Kyle and I don't know the answer to this question.
Oh, I'm gonna ask. We're gonna ask AI all kind. He played it. Fourth trial day 9 of the 4th tribal council, negating 3 votes against him.
Oh yeah, it was that the Kyle Camilla vote?
I don't know. It must have been.
I think that was the one where Kyle and Camilla. Yeah, it must have been because Kyle and Camilla were trying to say,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they were like going back Camilla's
one of the
extra
best
boat and
things that
float the
happened
boat.
this season. Yeah.
They booted Thomas.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what that was.
Yep.
That was a great episode.
So yeah, he did. He got the
Okay.
beware and he won. So do you see what I mean? Like, let's go.
Color me wrong. Color me wrong. So I would say even with Marianne's, like you got to play the advantage, especially in the new season.
Yep.
So I'm with that. I'm okay. I'm opening up, Brie. You convinced me of 2 things already. Matt's going home. Well done. Well done.
You know,
It
is what it is. This has been a lot of fun. We have really missed Alex. He is over in Taiwan right now, traveling the world, left Bali, finally found his way off the island of Fiji and Bali, and is now headed to Taiwan, and then he'll be back in the States. But he is going to be back next week with us. So we're super, super excited about that. As we wrap up this episode, and thanks for hanging out with us on this later evening episode. We would love to hear who your pick is. We've given our picks of the season and given out our drafts, and we know who we think is going home next week. We're still with Matt. Are we solid on Matt?
Bye, Matt. You're gone.
We're solid on Matt. So we are gonna see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and thanks, Brandon. Thanks for being so accommodating to my crazy schedule.
And thank you for letting me be wrong. Thanks.